Hi guys, you're here with me, Jen the Taxidermy Witch, and we're here with Eve. This is my mannequin, I call her Eve. So I've brought her out because we're doing a video on apple spells. Thought it would be fun, and obviously it's a biblical reference from Genesis, where the serpent offers Adam and Eve the apple, talks Eve into it, and then she and Adam go from there and are afraid to be naked thereafter. But before they ate the fruit, they were free and they weren't naked. But that story is interesting, and I only started that because of Eve being here, and that's why she's named that, if you didn't know that story from Genesis. So I did a video on apples just the other day, and we talked about all the magical properties, and if there were medicinal properties, we talked about those. I don't think that we did find any. But since I made that video, I've received magical herbalism in the mail. And I also found some more information on the plant spirit familiar in that book about apples. So I'm going to add that back into this video, and then we're going to do an apple love spell that we talked about out of Scott Cunningham's Encyclopedia of Magical Herbs. And we're going to do that right for you here right now, after we get a little bit more information on apples. So, I have a candle burning because we will be doing a spell, and let's talk. So, the plant spirit familiar here says, apple trees are related to roses, and this gives them an important place in the pantheon of trees, being very spiritual and otherworldly. The 5-petaled white flowers with the 5-seeded red fruit play a huge role in the lore of the fairy realms and witchcraft. Excellent! I had an idea that the fairies might like them. In terms of healing, apples help us align with the body and understand the pains and illness of our bodies as a part of the cycle of life, which directly relates to the spell we're going to be doing. It's for pain. Apple trees open the gates of enchantment to the fairy king and queen. I really need an apple tree. The silver branch, a mythic wand made from apple wood, which I have and will be making, is seen as the northern equivalent of the southern oak golden bough, a gateway herb. When the silver apple bell rings on the silver branch, the gate opens to the other realm. So that's what we've got from there, and it's cool information, you guys, and it's so funny because it relates to fairies, which I've just recently added into my life. Now in magical herbalism, Scotty talks about apples and says, folk names, fruit of the underworld, silver bow, tree of love, and silver branch. Gender, cold. I don't know why the gender is a temperature. If you guys do and you're familiar with this book, let me know, because I'm just getting into it. Planet Venus, element water. Most fruits are water because they're so juicy. Associated deities, Venus, Hercules, Diana, King Arthur, Dionysus, Olwen, Apollo, Hera, and Athena. Parts used, fruit, cider, and blossoms. Basic powers, love and healing. Specific uses, add apple blossoms to love and healing incenses. So I bet that's in my new book, Incenses and Brews. I'm sure we'll find it in there. Cut an apple in 3 pieces, rub each on a sick person's body, and then bury them. The decaying apple will cure the illness. The same ritual is done with warts. Pour cider to give life to a newly dug field. Give an apple to a lover as a present, cut it in half, and eat 1/2 while your lover eats his or hers. Use apple cider in place of blood or wine if they are called for in old magical spells and rites. Eat apples on Samhain. Apples are sometimes also used in place of the poppet. I feel like I've read this before. Maybe I did put it in the apple video. Do so many videos in so many days. The spell we're doing is in there because I found it in this book originally. So for healing, let's just get right into the spell. For healing, we're gonna get this apple. Okay. And I have my dad's knife that was a gift and so special, and this is my very special magical knife. I've got our candle going here. It's burning, which is rare outside. So, for healing, cut an apple into 3 pieces. And as you cut, put your intention in there. Heal me. Heal me, you beautiful fruit. Heal me. Heal me, you beautiful fruit. Heal me. And it's just me, but I like to cut it into 3 equal parts. And look, you guys, this is not a perfect apple from the store. It's just an apple, but it tastes better than an apple from Whole Foods. I've been eating them for the last couple of days. Okay, so now we've cut it into 3 pieces. Rub each on the affected part of the body. Okay, so for me, that's my lower back. So I'm going to rub this all over my lower back right now. I've got an open shirt, so that's nice. And then after this, I'm going to bury them. Okay. Now that's been rubbed on my lower back. Sometimes I've been having anxiety. I'm going to rub this piece here because that's where it feels like the elephant sits on my chest for anxiety. And then this piece, I'm going to rub on my third eye and around my head for mental clarity. And yes, the juice is going on my face. Down here on my chest and back around to my back. Whew, I'm kind of sticky, but that's okay. It smells good. So now I'll be burying these. And the place where I bury things for my offerings and stuff, I don't have a spot that's for healing, so maybe I'll make a new spot. Like behind the house, I have my place for Bastet. Under this tree, I have my things for my full moon and self-growth. But I bury so much there, I feel like I can't put too much more. I'm going to make a spot just for healing, okay? So, I'm just going to basically get a spade and dig it up and bury it. And I'll probably burn a candle right over that spot, just like this, but the candle will be in the ground. And I'll sit there with it, or a tea light even, over the space to make it even safer. And I'll just sit there with it and meditate with it for my pain. So that's what I'll be doing after this video, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me, Jen the Taxidermy Witch. And there are some white pheasants, I shit you not, right over here. Oh my god. White pheasants. Oh my gosh. Do you see them? Quail? White quail? Is that what they are? Oh my god. Oh my god. They're like white peacocks or something. I have no idea. Babies! Holy moly. You guys, nothing like that ever happens. I mean, it does, but maybe that they just came from the garden where I put my Fae offering. You guys, that is the Fae talking to me. It is. I know it. That, oh, so special. I can't even tell you, so special. I love you guys so much. I'm just gonna stare at those birds. So beautiful. Life is beautiful.